All right, welcome back to another weekly watch list session. Happy to be here again. Every week, I'm trying to really, put out all the stuff that is needed for you to learn. What we went through our scanner and my trades and all that. What happened with the market overall, and all those things that are very very important to remember and do it in a consistent base. I mean, that's my goal every day, to really showing you guys what exactly happened last week. In our tradings and all the stuff that we're had from the tickers, from all the news that happened and all those things. So I'll try to keep it like that, because I think it is very important to have, because a lot of people definitely want to learn this way. They want to know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of you guys still struggling to how to do journaling. So this could really kind of keep track of your trades. If you made a mistake, also if you made a trade, so you can kind of like watch this every Sunday, make yourself ready, be prepared for the Monday, and get ready to move on. And that's very important to always have. And I mean, this is the mindset I built for myself. I don't care about noises out there. I don't care what other people think and people do. I do what's best for me, what's best for my team, and that's my goal. And hopefully I can provide better stuff. This definitely takes time, and I'll do my best to be on top of everything, and really give you guys as much as information that available to you. So last week was kind of in a different shape and form for me personally, as I was taking the day off on Monday. I wasn't behind my setup to really trade. So take a days off, had my relaxation day, and I always encourage you guys to have some days off. I mean, you don't have to necessarily every day to trade. That is dangerous. That is toxic. You're going to have problems if you don't take breaks. Your body needed, your mind needed, and all those stuff. I do that, so many times. I mean, I take breaks many times. I mean, for me, it's more of a discipline that I built for myself. It's not about the market just constantly getting to the drinking caffeine, waking up so super early and trading uh, what doesn't really make sense. I mean, trading that's something that you can. I mean, watching paint dry every day, no setups. I mean, those are the times that I take days off and really study what's going on uh, with the market. Also go over some stuff that I haven't remember or forgotten. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even if you're experienced trader for a while, you always go back to some beginner things, some stuff that you're don't remember, but you don't necessarily go deep to those. You just kind of go to review those things and um, you know remind yourself of the stuff that you probably forgot. And last week, to retrospect, it was definitely one of those times that I needed to really go back to the beginner stuff. personally, because I made really unforgiven mistakes that it was very avoidable based on my criterias, and but I went against it, and I got beat by it. So it's always the slap into the face, but there's nothing wrong with the mistakes. Mistakes happen. My goal is to keep that consistency as much as I can, as much as I'm alive in this journey for myself. So a lot of mistakes happen after I came back from vacation. One mistake was I wasn't prepared. I wasn't really ready for the market that much, and I went on the size. I mean, you guys probably understood so far that when you go size, if you don't manage your size properly, you're definitely that would be your number one mistakes that can cause a massive mistake and a problem. So that where I was on Tuesday, and had to kind of get back to my mindset. So I was trading and went to the time frame that I don't usually trade. So that was another mistake for me, and especially with this market condition. So all in all combines together and create this something that I couldn't really focus on. But luckily, I was able to get back to my discipline, to get 15 minutes break. I wasn't. I was sitting from pre-market till 11, 12. Really went for the break on at the launch hour, and was able to recover some of my losses on that day during the power hour, which I don't normally do. I don't really like that, but as I was very confident with my trades, because I built this confidence throughout the years, I was able to recover. But I end up with the red, less red, better than bigger red. So I put it this way. I was able to recover, and on that day I was just purely going over all the mistakes, all my journals, what happened, what went wrong, and all those things. And on the Wednesday, I was also able to, really anticipate in the upper side in the pre-market, but I got lost again into the market open, and was able to recover again. And 2 bad days in a row. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, whoever tells you, oh, I have never had any red days, I have never made mistakes, they're lying to your face. They're not telling you the truth. They're not a good traders. They're not. They're just buffering around. They just want to sell you something. They're not honest. They're not transparent. I mean, you can see those people all over the place in anywhere, in YouTube or Instagram, and anywhere on social media, on all these people, and all you can kind of call it. But mistakes happen, and you have to accept it. Bad trades are always there. Who no one can tell you they never had a bad trades. This happens, and for me, the goal is to have a manageable risk, being able to make sure that the losses is not bigger than gains, and the win ratio is always higher, and the consistency, obviously. I mean, that these are combined create that consistent gain. So that's where I'm at, and 2 days never gonna really destroys me, but it definitely make me embarrassed for myself, for my decisions and all those things. But at the end of the day, you got to move on with those mistakes and make sure that you're not going to make those mistakes again. So that's where I'm at. But Friday was also a better day. Well, actually, Thursday was my biggest day. I had a really good day on Thursday, and Friday was slightly good to the bad side. I was pretty much break even, but it was a very tough start of the month for me. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to happen because February was relatively better a month than January, and end up with the March starting really crazy, I would say. But anyway, we still have a short watch list as I'm seeing not a lot of activities, but we've seen a lot of higher float activities these days, and things are kind of not as you expect. I mean, seeing a run up on a low float of stock that can go crazy, but we still have a 5% runner, and that was CDIO on the last week, which I'm gonna go over that trade, which mainly was the best trade of the week and month generally, because Tuesday and Wednesday was 28 and and yeah, I mean 28, right? Tuesday it was 28 February, and Wednesday was the 1st of the March. So CDI was the good one. But before that, I'm almost done with the course. It will be available this month, and I will send you guys an email, all the members. If you haven't subscribed to the email, make sure to subscribe. I'll send you guys an email of the instruction how to get access and how to purchase the course. So it will be available by mid March. I know I was kind of behind this due to a lot of stuff that I had to take care of, but glad to say that I'm done with this. It's just some preparation, editing part I have to put together, and then it will be available to you guys. So that's that. And one more thing is I'm going to go live on Monday, tomorrow. Live trading we have. I'll pull up the link as well. So make sure to you're ready for tomorrow. Get your notifications on, all those things, and I will send out the link to the channel, also to your email with this, because last time I was supposed to do the live trading, but I had this technical difficulty. Really was trying to fix this YouTube thing and with my streamer, but the problem was, I don't know, for some reason I couldn't really connect those, and it takes a lot of time and energy, and I didn't want to waste it, so I decided to postpone it. And tomorrow will be for the live trading, and then I'll be on vacation again from Tuesday to Thursday, and we'll see how it goes the next week, and then I'll be gone again for the next week also. So a lot of stuff, but I just want to make it clear. So I will still the scanner will be up. You guys still have access to everything, and I will keep you guys updated, all the trades, all the setups that will be appear throughout the days. So yeah, just a quick update on that. So let's get started to our watch list this week. Before that, I'm gonna quickly tell you guys I'm not a financial advisor. This is purely education channel, education for educational purposes. All the stuff that we're talking, it's only for educational purposes, and it has nothing to do investment advising, all those things. So if you don't like it, you can turn it off, go watch some other stuff if you prefer to. So last week, CDIO was number one. Was number one out of all the setups that we had. They came out with the news on Tuesday. Cardio Diagnostics Holding launches revolutionary blood test for early detection of coronary heart disease. So the headline was really good, selling the news and pump the action, all those stuff. It really ran up nicely, but I on Tuesday, the stock having so much trouble with shorts, which ended up on the next day, stock went to short restricting, SSR, and also people who were short were not able to borrow anymore, and there wasn't any short available. So that was kind of a sign of short trap and the squeeze time. So that really ended up happening. Lots of volume surge on the Wednesday. Wednesday was more complete than Tuesday because stock was really a number one gainer into the pre-market, but throughout the day wasn't due too much, and then went up crazy into the after hours, hit the max 873, and then next few days I had this on my watch, but it wasn't enough because people are really anticipating to get on the short side of this. However, stock really hold that 586 level, which is where something that lot of short were got into the trap again or covered. So still into that consolidation action. I still like this pattern. You have all these setups on this, the head and shoulder and all those pattern, but multi-day short fade out on this one wasn't the case because you weren't able to short this anymore, and that was part of the problem. And also there wasn't any more interested buyers in this, so that's why we saw a low, really nothing on Thursday and Friday actually. And Thursday was they had better shares activity, and Wednesday obviously was much better, but compare these 3 days together, this wasn't really a direction that they wanted to take. I mean, still that consolidation phase. So I will look forward to this one in the upcoming days. If there is no news or anything comes up very interesting, this could really fade out by just hitting the stop and crushing the stock down. But I would still think that there is room on the upside, and that would be if this thing really can get the real juice to have that activity again above that $7 range. And they also have a SPAC warrant, which is very unclear to how is that going to play. Still, there's a lot of insiders are in the lockup period, which is normally a 6 month, so they can't really sell their positions. So that's also something to consider. But I think based on the filing that I was reading, they only have a lockup of 6 million shares, so it's not that big of a deal yet. I'm not sure how this SPAC warrant will plays out. I mean, that's something they have on the filing. They don't have any offering or anything, so yeah, I mean, things can go ugly on them if they get out of this restriction. I think the restriction will lift up in April. I'm not sure what date exactly, so that's something to keep that in mind. But that's a longer look. I'm looking for this one for the upcoming week if we don't have anything else to trade. I mean, obviously, things are very we're dealing with the D setups, C setups, and all those things. But this was a really good A setups on the long side, and that's why I like this. I put it on the watch list because I want to see if the continuation happened. This could be a really really good setup on the upside and also on the downside. But with all these stuff that going on in the short, you really don't want to really be on the short side of this unless if everything is lifted, no one's really pay attention to this. That would be great short setup. But yeah, so far CDIO still on the watch. Still like this. If random pops stop and really a real gap up and real volume surge happen to this, because at this point we're seeing this huge spread. You don't want to really get onto this. The spread is relatively high, and you don't want to get onto something that is high spread and low volume. So that's dangerous. You probably want to avoid that. And the next one, which is the last one on my watch list, it's ARDX. ARDX was the number one on Friday, which I personally scalped to the upside a little, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get on the really a bigger run on this on Friday. Let's pull up the 1 minute chart. I have to adjust all these lines, but in Friday they just came out with they had earnings, and this was the only runner that has 184 million float, which means that much shares available, and that's considered a higher float. But they're really moving fast because volume wasn't enough, and the setup was really good for on the long side in the intraday through a few hours after that. And pretty much my focus was just, okay, if this one is running, number one rule that I have is I don't want to really short on the on short the stock when it's on the earning. I mean, that's number one rule. I do suggest you guys, if you interested to short anything, do not short into the on the earning day. That's something that I learned throughout the years, so you probably want to have that on your criteria as well. There we go. There's one free tip for you, if that's really something that you want to add it to. But I was now listening to that rule because I saw an opportunity. I was prepared for that, and there wasn't anything else. I think ARDS was only the gapper, and then there was two other stock. I believe we had GNS also. GNS took away. GNS came back from I don't know, from death, pretty much. Came back and then took away all the attention off of this, because ARDX was gapping up, making a new high, flush down, fade out, another continuation. That's why I don't like to short on the earnings stocks, because they only fade out really small portion, and it's just gap down to get all the stops and sellers, and then buy back up. That I think they also they came up with the update on their earnings. Analysts update their price, and that was it pretty much. But once I saw that 98 are flashing and it's not really moving up, my risk was really low on this part, and I took an advantage, and I was short on this one. I shorted ARDX because I saw that the opportunity was there, and I wanted to make sure that this will fade out for the afternoon. I was sitting longer than usual again. I mean, this last week I wasn't really following the rules that I had to, but I saw an opportunity on this one. I wanted to, anticipate. So I was a good size on this one for the short side, and the stock was on ETB, easy to borrow share. So normally when the stock is on a higher float, there are shares available, and it's much riskier when it comes down to ETB, because the upside is much you know better. But when there's nothing going on and everything is fading out, you really want to anticipate on the short side. So that was my only trade. I cover most of my, pretty much I scalped this to that 80, 83, 82, and the stock was holding that 81 level. 81 level was the, bottom support, and it just kept on holding and it never give up. So my goal was to just see if this thing can really drop back down to 77, and 75 was the order sitting, bigger order sitting over that 75. So that was kind of my cover areas, which was, right around the VWAP level, but that didn't happen. So I didn't want to sit around on Friday just looking at the really paint dry at this point, no volume, just watching this just keep on going 1 cent above, 2 cents above, going back down. It just doesn't really worth watching. So I covered most of my shares. I took whatever profit that I could and get out of this. I have it on the watch list. The reason is because I want to see if this 82 really can hold up and make that continuation. If there's nothing else will be going on Monday, we'll see. Make this continuation again, break above that 3.98 and above $4 level. So I want to see if that's really going to be the case, because there's certainly big buyers sitting at that level. Doesn't let anyone's crush this back down. So that's my kind of a theory and plan on this one. I do like this to really crash down. On the downsides are very very much likely. It's a better risk on the downside, but we'll see if it's gonna really continue. I will look for the setup on the long side and see how this will continue. But overall, the stock was the only one that I liked on Friday. I did not really like GNS. However, I have it on my back pocket. I missed the play on this one because I was mainly focusing on that. I missed a really big run. I was actually wanting this to get shorted. I think I short to scalp this a few times, but there isn't there's no reason to short this GNS, because they came up with this, GNS was the number one that CEOs was investigating about, all these naked shorts that are going on with them. So you really don't want to mess with this type of stock that they have this kind of news. So they really, really care about their stock price. This is one of those companies that really care about their stock price rather than focusing on their business aspect of them. So so you gotta put that in the perspective. And GNS pump back up. I have it on the back pocket. We'll definitely watch this in the for the Monday and upcoming week. And I also have still AMAM still in the back pocket, no volume yet. Saidu, which was really a good short also last week for me, right at the 104. I was waiting for 105 to hit to add more to my position, but unfortunately never hit. So I end up with the less shares, gap it down to 80, 83, 84, 83, and cover most of it. So that was another trade I had. I think this was on the day that I was red and recovered some of it back. I think it was Tuesday. Yes, it was Tuesday. If I'm not wrong, Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh no, this was in the Wednesday. My mistake. Yeah, it was. This was on Wednesday, which was similar to the Tuesday. I was still dealing with that 2 bad days in a row. And then LLAP. I still have this one. I think this is more of a industrial move, aerospace. I have it on the back pocket. we might see another pump action on this one in the future. We'll see if the switch, or it shifted, the trend shifted. This could be a good candidate for that. And then I have ONCS, which we traded this many times. ONCS is also good on the back pocket to watch. BRTX was another one, but still no signs of volume. And then HUBC, which was on Friday runner. HUBC was actually really good. I mean, stock really try hard into the upside, but every single time it reaches to that level, it gets crushed down. It's like a huge orders sitting up there to short this back down, and that really eventually happened. Stock is a SPAC kind of deal. I don't really like a SPACs, but this was new, so wasn't really bad for a quick scalp. HUBC, and then I have JNS. So that's pretty much it for the back pocket watch list. And let's get into our swing trade. BKI. I mentioned that I'm still managing this position as the earnings passed. They really missed missed 4 cents. Their earning was, I think they missed by 4 cents on their earnings. Still a good looking stock in my opinion. I still managing my position, although I have a 62 level average. I don't really like to see if this thing really crushed down to 55.4 level, and that would be my stop. So I don't want to really hold on to this one longer term. But I still think that it's just a bump into the earning side, and then possibly buy back up. But the problem is this is a technology company, and technology industry doesn't do good right now. I mean, they don't do well at all, except Meta, I think, is doing really good. But you gotta consider all those things, which I talked about it in my course, the technical and fundamental, how to combine those together. You guys should really watch the course, and really I put good information in that course that I don't think you probably find it anywhere else. So yeah, BKI. I think I still manage this to see how plays out for possibly one more week. We'll see how this things goes, and hopefully we get above that 60 range. So that I'm expecting, and then see how this goes from that level. Anyway, that's it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, share, and get ready for a really good week of March, hopefully. So yeah, if you guys have any question, reach out to support, reach out to me, and don't forget to if you wanted to do mentorship with me, you can book a 30 minutes call with me for free, and we go over what are your mistakes, what are your challenges, what you want to achieve. So I'll try my best to help you and educate you as much as possible. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll be live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Peace out, team.